Meowly kitty. Meowly, where are you? Come on. Probably out hunting again, killing songbirds. My name is Tara Hawkins. I'm 30 years old, and I live in Boise, Idaho, and I'm an American Indian. I am from a small town called Dharamshala, which is in the Indian Himalayas, and that's where I was born, and I left there when I was about 8 months old. You know, growing up American Indian is hard. You know, especially in a place like Boise. Kids at school would make fun of me and stuff when I told them I was Indian and like call me names and stuff, but...
What kind of names?
Oh, you know, they'd call me silly things like they call me stupid or the Indian, and because I was the only one in school. And, you know, I didn't really let it bother me. I've always had a very strong sense of who I am and where I come from, and, you know, I feel very connected to my native culture. You know, some things are just in the blood. Like, I really enjoy Indian music and, you know, have things like Ravi Shankar and Bhangra and Paula Abdul, and also, like, you know, books and stuff. So this is my book collection. As you can see, a lot of it's about India, and yeah, these are my Indian travel guides.
They look pretty well used.
Oh yeah, I mean, actually, I really think old books, I look for old books and like hunt for them, because I think that they, you know, they just have like a history and there's like a spiritual connection, like those other people who have turned the pages. This one's on the Indian Himalaya, my homeland. Yeah, Tibetan medicine is, there's some really good stuff in here, and I hope that I get to actually like meet some Tibetan practitioners. It's been hard because a lot of it's actually in Tibetan, but there's like a conclusion below, and yeah, it's just really nice to be able to read about my history. And this is where I keep a lot of like my Indian jewelry. And the guy that I bought this from, I got it at a flea market, and he told me it was actually brought over from India. And like, once again, it's that kind of thing where, you know, this is like, it has a history. Maybe it traveled on a boat. Yeah, I really love furniture with Indian designs and old things. I've been so lucky. I've picked up a lot of this stuff from, you know, flea markets or bought it off of eBay. Like this couch, which is totally ancient, so beautiful. Got that on eBay. And this bowl over there, it's like an old, nice metal bowl. And just having, you know, this kind of furniture makes me feel, you know, more at home. This is my owl collection. I love owls. I've been collecting them for a long time. They're just really like spiritual creatures, and they're really wise. Like, they can see everything. They can see like a mouse from 50 miles away, and I just really connect with that. Yeah, this one's actually really like sentimental, because I actually got it from a pastor in Boise. He was my grandmother's pastor, and he knew that I really liked owls, so he gave it to her to give to me. And gosh, there's so many. This one I love because it's like so Indian. This is like a total real Indian owl. I really like this one. It's unique. It's a baby owl, and it almost looks like a kid made it or something because its face is kind of weird. Yeah, so I just bought this place recently since my grandmother died.
Were you close?
Yeah, we were really close, you know. After my mom passed away, she looked after me. She pretty much raised me. So, yeah, I mean, I don't remember my mom very well because she died when I was pretty young. But I can feel her presence. And, you know, I mean, she was an American Indian too. She was born into an American body, but her soul and her heart were Indian. And, you know, that's where she is. That's where she was laid to rest. So.
And that's the reason for this trip?
Exactly. That's the reason for this trip. Okay. So, here I am packing for my first trip back to India. I'm bringing some nice colorful things because I want to blend in. I'm sure tourists will be wearing khaki pants and fanny packs and stuff like that. But, you know, it's a bit different for me. I'm not going on safari. I'm going home. Okay, here we go. Bye, house. Bye, Buddha. Bye, Mowgli. Meow, meow. I'll see you in India. There's a cow. And another cow.
So what are your first impressions?
What are my first impressions? Well, I can't believe how American it all looks, you know? I guess it's just for all the foreigners coming in. But yeah, this isn't the real India. I know that much. Oh look, another cow. And an auto rickshaw. And a guy carrying bricks on his head. Alright, so here I am. I've just arrived. I'm in the middle of Delhi, India, and I'm going to go find my hotel. Okay, so this is my room. It's just, it's a little more basic than American hotel rooms. But you know, it's a more simple culture here. People, they don't need, you know, like televisions or windows. You know, these are all just American luxuries. So I find it, you know, it's refreshing. It's the way it, you know, it should be. Okay, so now I'm gonna go unpack a little bit and then just get a little freshened up and then go out and check out the town. So I'm here in a little restaurant in Delhi. I think it's pretty popular. And I've just ordered some food. And the food here in India is really simple. It's like rice and maybe some vegetables, bread, things like this. And most of the time, you know, it's so simple that you just eat it with your hands. And in just using your hands, you do anything that's messy with your left hand, because everything that's done with your right hand is to be clean. So your right hand's used for clean things, left hand for messy things, and it just doesn't get any messier than eating. So, look at this! Oh my god, it's so cute! Right? So, this is so delicious. You know, nothing here goes to waste. Like, look at this. This is a bowl, and it's made out of leaves. And this plate is a leaf. And this plate is a leaf. And just eating on leaves. I mean, nothing goes to waste. And like in the US, we haven't really caught on to this concept of like, you know, living with the earth and ecological thinking. And India is like way ahead of their time because it's like ancient culture to really like use nature and reuse things. And yeah, there's garbage and stuff, but like it all serves a purpose. And you know, people use it for clothes or for food, and you know, it will just be recycled and incorporated back into the earth, you know, after I'm done eating. I mean, everyone is just provided for here. It's like a complete harmony. It's amazing.
Thank you. Oui, hopefully. आप ही खड़े हो ना.
Yeah, this place is awesome. I've just found these big, gigantic walls, like ancient walls here. And we don't have anything like this back in the States, so this is really cool. And it's just so peaceful, you know? It's amazing to be here. You know, my mom, she spent a lot of time in Delhi, I guess my dad did too, you know? And to just be like breathing the same air that they breathed, and to be like seeing the same things that they must have seen, you know? It just feels really amazing, like connecting with them. So green too. I didn't expect it to be so green. Nice. There's like a lot of families here, which, you know, makes me feel kind of at home. Like kids playing baseball, and it's like tropical here, so that was awesome. Yeah, so there's like birds everywhere, and I think earlier I heard a peacock, but it sounds almost exactly like a cat. They do this thing that's like meow, meow, meow. And at first I thought it was a cat, and then someone told me it was a peacock. So that's been kind of cool, seeing all the birds. And I stepped in dog poop. That was unfortunate, but there was this really nice guy who helped me clean it up. People here are so friendly. Like, he came up with newspaper and like cleaned it off my foot, and it's just so nice. You know, I wouldn't expect, like in the US, nobody would do that. They would just laugh at me, and it would be like tough luck, you know? I'd probably just have to throw the shoes away or something. I'm at the train station because I'm here to catch a train to Rishikesh, where my parents met, and hopefully retrace their steps. So there we go.
So how did your parents meet?
How did my parents meet? Well, my mom, she came to India after college, and first she went to Europe, where she was a nanny for a while, and she met some friends, and then they drove over across to India.
They drove? What, along the old Silk Road?
Yeah.
And what about your dad?
My dad, I don't know so much about, but from my mom's journal, I do know that he lived in India for quite a while, mainly in Rishikesh, and that's where they met eventually. So he was German, and I guess I have a little bit of German in me too. Like India, I'm a mixture of you know, all races.
What do you think drew them to Rishikesh?
What do I think drew them to Rishikesh? Well, they were both very spiritual people, and I know that my mom was. She had been raised Catholic, but I think in India she was really able to find her own religion. You know, here there's like Buddhism and Hindu and Muslim and yoga, like people who do yoga, and they all believe the same thing, which is, you know, everybody's equal. And I think that we as Americans, or people in Iraq or Afghanistan, or even, you know, South Korea, like, we could all really learn from this. This is it. I'm here. It's Rishikesh. I'm here and I'm working with a palmist, an Ayurvedic palm reader, and he's going to tell me what my future holds.
So based on your palm, line of your palm reading, here is a little bit crossing line.
Oh.
So that's why you will face little pain sometime beyond your navel part or on back.
Okay.
General
but nothing
health,
dangerous.
No danger.
dangerous.
Okay. And this palm, so you avoid also fast driving, deep diving, risky games, or late night movement, so that you just to a precautionary point of view.
Okay.
Okay. One more precaution, that you take safety norms in your home, like fire and theft.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Then your palm is intelligent, so long artistic ability you will have.
I will have.
You will
That's
have.
exciting.
And you may enhance it.
Ah, okay. I can grow it.
Yeah, you grow
Ah.
it, right? So art related activity like preparing some art, some documentary, preparing some selling or purchasing some art related items will be beneficial.
It'd be beneficial to me.
Yeah, beneficial to you. And luck line, heart line, you will be patronized or you will get some inherited property also, because your luck line, feet line is very good. So it is favorable to you that you will be well supported by your parents. Then patronized by patronized or legacy from senior or from parent. Om Namah
Om
Ha
Namaha
Shivaya.
Shivaya.
Shivaya means Shivaya. Om
Om
Namah
Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya. That was amazing. He totally knew, like, you know, everything he said was true. Did you hear that part about, he said, you know, that I would inherit some money and that I would have a nice apartment and that I should, you know, give puja to my mother and let her rest, let her soul rest. And he was so smart. He knew so much. That was just like, he totally was psychic, I think. And maybe like, how do you find psychos like that? Like, that's just an amazing connection with an outer world.
And how much did it cost?
And all of that, wow, she looks amazing. She's like all dressed in pink. And it was only all of that for like $300.
So do you think it's helped you with your journey?
I think that was like a huge blessing for my journey. I mean, he seemed to know things about my life that like only a psycho could know. And I think, what he said about my mom is really true. Like, I'm her seed, and that, I need to give her blessing. And yeah, I think my journey is going to be amazing. And that just made me feel like really kind of secure in knowing that, like, this is where I need to be and this is what I need to be doing. And I wish everyone could see a psycho, because it's a really wonderful, powerful experience. And he was just a really powerful man. That machine was amazing. I mean, you could tell your past, present, and future. And it wasn't in English, so I didn't really, I couldn't understand every word or any word, but I could get the feeling from it that, it was just this amazing, like, historical machine that's used still today to tell the past and the future and now. And yeah, like, so cool. We don't have that anywhere in America. Like, that kind of thing doesn't exist. And only in somewhere like India, where people really live in the now, but like totally appreciate the past and really actually can tell the future. That was amazing. In the Ganga. Okay.
What did you just give them?
Tea, some what's called chai, and it's it's just something that we do here in India. We provide for each other. So, he asked me to buy him a cup of tea, and I wouldn't say no. I just went and got him a cup of tea, and it's actually like karma, like good karma will come of it, and it's very much a part of like the Indian mind to believe that if you do for others, they will do for you. And it's just a beautiful part of the spiritual lineage of India. And, I have people ask me to buy tea all the time, and I do. I have people that ask me to buy food, they ask me for change, they ask me for money, they ask me for plane tickets. That one I can't do. But anything else I can, I do try. and give back, you know, because I've left them. I left them a long time ago, and you know, I've come back now, and I feel like I really have to show that I'm invested in them as, you know, my country, my people, a type of like patriotism. And you know, the US has taught me that patriotism keeps a nation strong, and I think that people have that here in India. Everyone is just so proud to be Indian, and I know why, because you do things like this for each other, you know. I mean, there are animals everywhere here in India. People here are just so connected to nature, you know? In America, if we were to see a pig or a cow in the middle of the street, we would freak out. But here, you know, everyone, they're just living together with animals. And they love them so much. I mean, everyone's like a vegetarian. Like even Gandhi, you know, he used to walk around naked, and he would sweep the ground in front of him so he wouldn't tread on any bugs. Sometimes like wear a mask, you know, so he wouldn't inhale any spiders. And, you know, he's the founder of this nation, and he respected animals like that, you know. Totally respect animals. It's amazing. They bring them offerings of like garbage and like yesterday's meals and stuff, and they come and they give them to the pigs and to the dogs. You know, you can see everyone come with their garbage cans and dump out their refuse. And I mean, these are not hungry pigs. These are big, fat, juicy pigs. And I think they're happy, you know, like the little babies were suckling on the mom, and it's just such a treat to, like, it makes me feel like I'm connecting with nature, because I can just walk around and it's like, there's a cow, there's a pig, there's a dog, there's chickens. Like, it's kind of like, you know, it's a different definition of an urban jungle. It's kind of like a living farm city. You know, I've only been in Rishikesh a short while now, but already I feel cleansed. Life here, it just moves at a different pace, with a different rhythm, you know? It's like, I'm sure it's changed since my mom was here. There's like new buildings going up, and I'm sure that's like the American influence. But underneath, it's a very sacred place. It's a different plane of existence here. People aren't interested in money or possessions or even sex. It's about, you know, peace and enlightenment and caring for your fellow human. I mean, families from all over India bring, you know, sick people here to bathe in the Ganges. And I mean, I even saw a leopard colony here. And it's just a very powerful place like that. And I can really see why my mom was, you know, why she was drawn here. So it's getting close to sunset, and I'm gonna go and try and find the place where my parents met. So this must be it. This is the Tara Mandir temple, and so according to my mom's journal, my parents met in a little walled garden on the riverbank, 50 yards down from the Tara Mandir temple. So this must be it. Wow, it's just, it's amazing to be here. To think this is where I began.
Are you okay?
Yeah. It's like I'm getting closer to them, and it's like a part of my mom is still here. So I think now what I'll do is go join in the evening puja, the worship down at the Ghats, and say a prayer for a safe and prosperous rest of my journey. Wow, this is just, it's incredible. People are coming here and just plunging into this river, and they've been doing this for centuries. It's very cold, but it's very healing, and they come from all over the world to dunk in this holy water. And over here, I think because people are so cold, they've kind of chained them to the side so that they can actually participate without, you know, when you get in cold water and you jump in and then you jump out because it's too cold. Well, here it's like they've created some kind of mechanism for that. Yeah, it's just, it kind of has the same feeling. I mean, I know it's like a spiritual, religious thing, but the feeling is just almost like a carnival. You've got like cows over here, and there's a guy selling pink cotton candy, and there's lots of children everywhere, and it kind of feels similar to like going to the county fair or something, but it's a spiritual county fair. Can I take a small one? Small thing. And then I'll offer this to all the like thousands of gods in the Holy Ganga. Woo.
पहली बात तो यह है कि भगवान राम की अवतार में पहले दुर्गुण तो थे ही, लेकिन सद्गुणों के भी कमी है.
Wow, that was an incredible experience. This place is just so amazing. You know, I just met this sadhu, a holy man, and he could speak English and everything. And he was just so wise. He knew all about America and George Bush and Michael Jackson. He was just so smart. I felt like I could have asked him, you know, any question in the world and he would have had the answer. And, you know, someone like that, he could have worked for the government, NASA, you know, someone like that. But he's here just living in an ashram, you know, and he invited me to the ashram tomorrow, but unfortunately I can't go because my bus leaves really early in the morning. So I just gave him a small donation for the upkeep of his ashram, and
How much did you give, if you don't mind me asking?
oh, $100. It's nothing, but you know, I hope to come back and do more. Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible honor to meet someone that spiritual. It's really an honor. So here we go. It's the final leg of my journey. This is the bus that's going to take me up to Dharamshala, where my mom spent 2 years of her life and where I came into the world. It's going to be some hairy roads up there on the way to the mountains, so I'm glad I did that puja before setting off. But it's good. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm going home. So thanks, Rishikesh. It's been wonderful. See you there.
मेरी गोरी गोरी ओ मेरी गोरी गोरी मंगदी कलाई वे पीलियां लिया दे चूड़ियां वे पीलियां लिया दे चूड़ियां मेरी गोरी गोरी ओ मेरी गोरी गोरी मंगदी कलाई वे पीलियां लिया दे चूड़ियां वे पीलियां लिया दे चूड़ियां पीले पीले सूट तेरी छीट कौन पाउण ले वे चुन्नी वे रंगा के उस रंग दी कणका कवारियां नी खुशी विच चूमना जवे कले मराबियां च लंघदी सारो दे फला चुक वाची जे न लभी आपे आखेंगा बसंत रुत आई पीलियां लिया दे चूड़ियां पीलियां लिया दे चूड़ियां मेरी गोरी गोरी ओ मेरी गोरी गोरी मांगदी कलाई वे पीलियां लिया दे चूड़ियां पीलियां लिया दे चूड़ियां.
So this is Dharamshala. Dharamshala is of course famous for being home to the Tibetan government in denial. Ever since they were denied access to their homeland, they've been living here in denial. And the Dalai Lama, he's based here too. So it's kind of like the Vatican, but for Buddhists. And I think, you know, probably my mom identified with something about this place because she was raised Catholic and then became a Buddhist and Hindu later on. My mom, she spent 2 years here and she was very dedicated to the Tibetan cause. She was participating in protests and demonstrations and helping out with bake sales and stuff. So I know to her it was a very important cause. And, you know, I think deep down she just thought it was really wrong for people to come into another country and just take over. So if that were to ever happen today, you know, there would probably just be a world war. So I'm here in my guest house, and as you can see, it's in a really beautiful setting. I have a great view of the mountains, and in the morning there's monkeys in the trees and lots of birds singing. It's a very spiritual place. All these little cafes and restaurants are set up for visiting pilgrims, and with a lot of Buddhist and Hindu designs, nice wall hangings, and just feels very spiritual and calm here. I feel very at home. It reminds me of my mom. This is the elephant god. It's a very popular god in India. You'll see it all throughout, everywhere. You see this, the elephant god. And I think for Indian people, because elephants have always lived here, and they continue to live here, that it's a very important god because it represents something they see in everyday life. So, you know, like maybe in America, like having like a dog god would be something that we could relate to. Most people live in cities where you don't really see animals anymore, but here you still see elephants in cities. So it's a very like powerful god for them that, you know, you make that connection whenever you see an elephant, you're like, oh, it's reflected in my god. And yeah, pink elephants, no, that's a stretch, but there's such a colorful culture in India that they paint things like bright colors and pink elephants, well, that's not uncommon to see here. And this, I think this, I'm not quite sure, it kind of reminds me of a pirate. You know how pirates have parrots on their shoulders. But yeah, I think it's a sadhu, which is a religious figure here. It's a very spiritual person that will give you blessings if you give them money. So I think that's what he's representing in this photo or painting. And this one over here is cool. It's kind of like, I would say it reminds me of Gaia, like Mother Earth. But there are mushrooms growing out of her head. So I'm gonna go down into town today, and I've seen some posters around for classes like Tibetan language courses and Tibetan yoga, Tibetan cooking classes, and also Tibetan self-defense. So maybe I'll go and see if there's space available in some of those. Check out the museum, maybe try some Tibetan food, just soak up the local culture. Oh, so, like, this guy was missing, huh? Oh, that's a Dalai Lama. I didn't even realize that. It looks like a missing child poster, kind of. These cute little kids, how their lives changed, you know? Everything's different now. Even into the 1980s. It's just crazy. 1996. I mean, this looks like this could have been in like 1949. It's timeless. Ah, frostbite. Oh, poor thing. Oh, it's terrible. Kathmandu. It's in Nepal, huh? So they had to go through Nepal to India. Such a mission. And they did it all with horses. I mean, that is just crazy. These poor horses, like bringing them into it, I mean, they had nothing to do with it. And like the Chinese just exploit horses to invade Tibet. It's just, I mean, the horses, like the things they've seen, unimaginable what they had to go through, you know, I mean, and then naming it, you know, the Mustang Valley. Poor horses. These stones, they must be very old, and it looks like they've done some painting over them, but these are, I think these are traditional Tibetan symbols of peace. Such a spiritual people, you know, I mean, so peaceful, and just making rock art and praying, you know, the Buddha. This is such a, I mean, telling image. It's like the traditional world met by this new invasive culture It's like putting up petrol stations and this traditionally dressed, beautiful horse, male horse. Here's some more horses. It actually kind of reminds me of Mexico, the way that this scene looks. And what are these? They had big cows up there, it looks like. I don't know what those are. They look like big cows. Oh, yaks. What are yaks? I don't know. I'm learning so much today. This is just such an informative museum. The struggle of these people is like unparalleled. No one else in the world has really experienced this kind of demolition of their homeland. It's really incredible what they've endured. Wish you all success in your movement. I can't read this writing. Good luck, Tibet. We support you. Free Tibet. Don't ever give up hope. Tibet will be free. You know, it's very inspirational. I love Tibet and I like Tibet. I never did. So I'm here with Veerun, who I met at the Tibetan Museum earlier. He lives here, and you're from Tibet. Can you tell me a little bit more about your country?
No, I'm an Indian. I was born here.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm Indian too. Yeah, I was born here. Yeah. So maybe you can tell me a little bit about Indian heritage then. Like maybe you could teach me some Hindu.
Hindu is a person who practices Hinduism. Are you speaking about the language, Hindi?
Yeah. Hindi. Yeah, the language.
Called,
that would be great. Yeah.
So
maybe we could practice.
Yeah, you can start with hello.
Okay.
So it is namaste.
Namaste.
Yes,
Okay.
namaste. And if you want to ask someone's name, then you will say आपका नाम क्या है?
आपका नाम है?
आपका नाम क्या है?
आपका नाम क्या है?
Yes. And you will answer that my name, मेरा नाम Arun है. Varun है.
Varun है? Okay.
Yeah.
मेरा नाम Tara है.
Yeah, exactly.
मेरा नाम Tara है.
Yeah.
Okay. Namaste.
Is hello.
आपका नाम है? No, that was wrong.
आपका
okay.
नाम, yeah.
आपका नाम है.
आपका नाम क्या है?
आपका नाम क्या है?
क्या? Yeah.
क्या है?
Yeah.
आपका नाम क्या है? मेरा Tara है. मेरा नाम Tara है.
Yeah.
Naam is name.
Naam
is name.
Yeah,
Naam is name.
yeah.
Cool. Oh, yeah, that's not too hard. Okay. Thank you.
So this is momos, traditional Tibetan authentic food. Okay, and try it. Do you like it? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what part of the animal are we having here?
This is momos. This is not any part of any animal. You have vegetables in there. Inside this, you have vegetables.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, great. It looks delicious.
Yeah, and it's spicy too. So.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. It's a funny table, huh? There's lots of stuff from all over the world. Is this Tibetan?
No, it is probably Japanese.
Oh. Okay. I'm looking at this is an American dollar.
Yes.
Yeah, you know the American dollar, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And it's all on napkins, Most of it is done on napkins. This is penguin.
Penguin.
Like a penguin.
Penguin. Yeah.
You kind of see it, in every form animals are worshipped here. So we've got horses, seem to be really popular, like particularly in Tibetan culture. And tigers. Tigers are very important. And then like I've noticed here people are really loving towards dogs, you know, like in the street and stuff, and then also in the artwork. And this one, oh, this one's kind of, wow, look at that. Wow. And who is this, sir? Who? 80 only. Oh, that's the price. No, who is this?
Shiv and wife Parvati and child
Shiv.
Shiv Parvati, husband wife.
Shiv. Oh, okay, he has one wife.
Yeah, and children Kartik and Ganesh.
Is this the god of elephants?
Children.
Children.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the god of children.
Ganesh and Kartik.
You can see everything's together. You've got gods, which are worshipped, with animals, which are also worshipped, and they kind of get their independent moment of glory here on these posters.
çaldım Kujezi yok tarazı yok Kujeleri taralılar Örenge dedi cümleler Uyanna kuşka çalgınna göre Ujarınga dögümne olur uruğa Eşkesin benle gerek Çuktarınga dögümne yollar
My mom died when I was 8 months old. She was 21 days into a hunger strike when she caught pneumonia, and she couldn't fight it off. She was really specific about wanting to be buried in India, but my grandma wasn't really happy about it, so she finally agreed and said she could be buried here as long as it was in a Christian cemetery. So that's why I'm here today, is to visit my mom's grave. So I came to India to find my mom, but I ended up finding my culture, my people, and it's been a really spiritual journey for me. I feel really a part of something that has always kind of been inside of me, but now I know what it means. And you know, you can't really sum up India in one word, but it's amazing. So I've written a poem for my mom. It's called Mother India. Mother India, I never knew you. You were not one thing or the other, always present, always in my heart, like a spiritual drum or the flap of a dove's wing. Mother India, I never touched you, You were a dream in black and white pictures, a fantasy from afar, like a herd of wild pandas or the lost city of Atlanta. Mother India, I never found you. You were a soul filled with peace, but a heart filled with fire, like a dolphin in a prison cell or the bark of an angry tree. Mother India, I never knew you. You were not one thing or the other, always present, always in my heart, like blood, like oxygen, like tears. That's it. Okay. Everyone's so friendly, like schoolboys, you know, I mean, I think that they can kind of sense that I'm from here, you know, like I was raised in Idaho, but like my heart is from here, you know, and I think that that really shows through. And in India, they talk a lot about the heart. You know, I've had people say to me, like, it's not about what you think, and it's not even necessarily about what you do, but like I can see you have a good heart. You have an Indian heart. You're very Indian in your way of being. And so, you know, I think that people just kind of sense that about me. Like those boys were just so calm with me, you know, and like I'll see them sometimes with other travelers and they'll be like, picture, photo, I want a picture. And those guys were just chill, like they knew that I was originally from here, you know. And then there's also reincarnation. So, you know, my mom could be anywhere here, really. She could be in that monkey for all I know. Or in a street dog. It's kind of a funny thought, but I have had some dogs follow me around, and you know, maybe there's something about that. Maybe there's something to it, like people I knew before being in one of those dogs, you know. It's a very spiritual place here, and I think, like, you know, anything's really possible. So, could be.